Arsenal 2, Brighton 1, and that should have been more convincing. The first half was dominated by Arsenal, and if I'm honest with you, should have been more clinical. Where have we heard that before? We heard that the other night against Crystal Palace. We should have definitely killed that game off. And we find ourselves nervy yet again in the second half, where I thought probably around 60 minutes, we looked very, very jaded, very tired, very fragile, very naive. And then, of course, Brighton score. And then what happens? We go to pot. And it looks to me as if Arsenal have gone back to basics and they can't get the basics right. Brighton fancied something out of that game, and unfortunately for Arsenal, it looked like we almost gave it to them. Now, the first thing I want to come to is an absolute praise for a moment in the game which I think has allowed us to get 3 points today. David Raya's save. That is world class. A lot of people said, why did we need a new goalkeeper? Why did we upgrade on Aaron Ramsdale, a goalkeeper that did very well for Arsenal? But actually, if you look at the last couple of seasons, you can absolutely see why now. Golden Glove, fantastic amount of consistency, superb command of his area. And do you know what, with David Raya, what I'll always give him credit for, even when he has not got much to do, you can always rely on him in the moment of the game. And that's what we did with David Raya today. That was an insanely good save and a brilliant tip over the bar. And I've got to be honest with you, I felt Arsenal in glimpses looked really good today. I thought there was some definite creativity going forward, some good chances, but again, we're not looking at the clinical side of the game, and we need to be better with that. I think Arsenal need to start going in front of goal and killing teams off, and we couldn't do that again today. Now, we look at the result, and it was Nervy. We look at beating Brighton, a good side, by the way, who have come here and definitely given us some nightmares, some bogey games. It's been a bogey team for Arsenal, home and away, in this fixture. We all remember last season, the Declan Rice kicking the ball away, getting sent off. How many Brighton players kicked the ball away today? Quite a few of them. They didn't get sent off or a yellow card. So that rule has completely seemed to have gone and disappeared now. Look, they started to get a little bit nasty at times, Brighton. They started to get in at us. I mean, the goalkeeper, Verbruggen's gone in very, very difficult and very hard tackle on Victor Gyökeres. We saw a lot of our players getting kicked. Marino, Saka, Ødegaard, alike, all because I feel like they were getting frustrated with how we were playing. Now, I don't know why they were, because actually they were still in the game for the majority of it. And a lot of the people around here are saying, phew, 3 points, move on. Everybody looked at Manchester City earlier. I don't think it really mattered because Arsenal needed to win anyway. But that just gives you a little bit of a pressure to say, go and win this game now. When Forest got that equaliser, everybody was thinking, oh, okay, maybe. But really and truly, we got to go and win the game anyway, so it doesn't matter. So when I look at what Arsenal did today, I was pleased in certain aspects of the game. I want to bring up Declan Rice. A lot of people in the team news very confused as to how we were going to set up. Nobody understood if it was going to be free at the back or if they were going to put somebody in that fullback position. With Timber going down and Calafiori apparently getting injured in the warm-up, we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing at the moment? Does this need to be investigated? Is there a problem or a reason as to why we're getting so many injuries? We've said it for the last decade about the training regime, the training pitch, the ground, the facilities. Is there something that we can look at and ask the question about? I think it would be fair for Arsenal to ask that question. Is there something that we're not seeing in relation to the training regime, the training facilities, or maybe the ground or surface? Because the amount of muscle injuries that Arsenal are getting is too many. We don't know what's happened with Mosquera. We've no idea what's happened today with Timber and Calafiori. We've seen Saliba go down. Gabriel just come back from an injury. We've got Ben White that is out also. We've got the most stacked defence probably in the league. But right now, we're depleted. And we're trying to put together a back four. With Declan Rice playing today at right back, who I think deserves credit today. I thought he was excellent. We've done that with Thomas Partey for quite some time in the last couple of seasons, and it hasn't quite worked. But Declan Rice today I thought was excellent, covered every blade of grass, was superb in terms of moving the ball forward. And right at the end, when he looked absolutely knackered, he's still running, he's still driving forward, and he's still putting the ball in the box. So Declan Rice for me deserves an unbelievable amount of credit and was probably one of our best players today again. You look at Martin Ødegaard's performance, and I've got to be honest with you, in the first half I thought he was excellent. I thought he was very, very good driving us forward. And I've got to say big up to him because he finally took a shot and he finally scored. Martin Ødegaard today deserved a lot of credit moving forward. Second half, I think he kind of disappeared a little bit. I don't think he was as good, but if I'm honest, I don't think anybody was. I think Leandro Trossard dropped off a little bit. I think Bukayo Saka got to the stage where he dropped off a little bit. And then you look at the scenario of what Leandro Trossard had done. He needed to come off. Martinelli was absolutely needed to come on and actually missed a sitter. Let's be real, Bukayo Saka did fantastic on the right-hand side. He's delivered the ball, Martinelli's come on, and then obviously he's put it over, which is frustrating, guys, because I look at what Martinelli could do, particularly through the middle, and I think he could still do a job there. Victor Gyökeres, a little bit concerning again today. I don't think he did much. A little bit off the ball was quite good in terms of his hold-up play. But when I look at what he can do and I look at what Jesus did when he came on, I just got a little bit more excited with Jesus on the ball. I just got a little bit more with what he brings to the team right now. And Victor Gyökeres, a lot of people are crying out for it at the moment, and I'm kind of believing they're probably going to get their wish. The fans want Kai Havertz back. They want him up top. They all believe that he is the guy that's got to get into this system to allow it to work. And we've seen Marino do a job. We've seen Jesus come back from injury. Gyökeres is still getting the nod, and right now, there's an issue with it. And I don't know if it's just the system. I don't know if it's both the system and perhaps Gyökeres looking at his individual performance as well. It needs to improve. We've got to get this guy working. He was brought in to deliver and to score goals. And I like the fact that he's doing stuff off the ball. That's never been an issue to me. But that can't be all he does. He needs to get in and actually score and deliver. So there's a few individual performances today that I needed to bring up. Declan Rice being one of them. Defensively at the moment, Arsenal always give you a chance. They've been fantastic with the back line. And David Raya, I'll say it again, unbelievable. Absolutely outstanding. When it comes to world-class saves, I can probably think of maybe 7, 8 or 9 that David Raya's made on an Arsenal shirt already. And that's incredible, considering we've had him for a couple of years now. So, Arsenal will look at this, and I'll ask the question to you guys. Is this sustainable? Because we're not singing set piece again, LA now. We're singing own goal again, LA. Now, as much as that's funny, and we smirk and we think fair play, and all that really matters is 3 points, is that sustainable to go and win a title? I look at who we're up against. We all know who we're up against. We're up against Manchester City. They've got the better manager. They've got the better striker. They've probably got the better attacking midfielder. And right now, they've got 2 or 3 players that aren't now no longer relying on Haaland FC. Reinders finding the net. Cherky finding the net. Foden finding the net. Vardy finding the net. Even Diaz scoring of late. And we've got Doku and co that have got to come back still. I think Manchester City right now are playing better than us. And that is a little bit of a concern. That doesn't mean they're going to go win the league, because Arsenal, as we stand, we've got the 3 points, we've got the job done, and we can go win this league. I just need to see it a little bit more convincing. I'll ask the question, can we go and put 3 or 4 past the team? Can we go and put 4 or 5 past the team? We've seen it before. We've seen Arsenal do it. We've seen Arteta sides do it. Can we go and put 4, 5 or 6 past the team? We beat Spurs convincingly. We beat Bayern Munich convincingly. Can we go and put these teams to bed and relax in these games? Because the amount of times I'm seeing the relief of, we got across the line. We won on penalties. We relied on 2 own goals, but we beat Wolves. Can we go and actually blitz the team? Because let's be real, we should be at home comfortably beating Wolves, comfortably beating Palace, and comfortably beating Brighton. But unfortunately, where we're at right now is we're scraping through. So we've got to become more sustainable. I need to see it better. I need to see it more convincingly from Arsenal. But that's where I'm at. Where's Igal, by the way? Is Igal here? Igal. Come shout, Igal. Where's Igal? Igal. What are you saying, bro?
I'm chilling.
You're good. Thoughts, bro? Thoughts?
Oh, bro, we won the game.
Yeah.
It was ugly at the end, but honestly, I thought that first half was really good. I thought the first half was really good. The whole stadium told Martin Odegaard what to do. He shot the ball. It went into the back of the net. And I'm just looking at the team and I'm saying to myself, with all the injuries we've had, we've weathered the storm. We've weathered a very big storm. With Gabriel back, I'm very confident going forward. I was looking at the team today. You've seen Hincapie getting injured just before, Mazzucchelli coming in, Declan Rice playing at right back, and it just looked all over the place. And I thought we played quite well in the first half, even with all the changes. And hopefully with the players coming back going forward, it's going to look a lot better. But in this game specifically, that second half, once again, it's nerve-wracking and it's scary, but we hold on. And I think Mikel Arteta needs to be a little bit more proactive with those substitutes, because the substitutes made a difference. Martinelli giving us with Jesus. The difference between Jesus and Gyökeres is very visible. Gyökeres has the power to take the shot, but Jesus has the touch and the finesse to keep the ball to stick. And that's the difference. The two of them, it's almost like they need what each other have. Because Gyökeres, he couldn't keep the ball to stick today. And I was looking at him because he's making the runs, but when he gets the ball, he's not keeping it. And that's really what's hurting him. And the overall performance from the team, KG once again, midfield, always solid. We ran the show in the midfield. It's just in both boxes. That's where we needed to win it. And I felt like we were winning everything we needed in our box, but we were not winning everything in their box. But yeah, that set-piece delivery from Declan Rice and Saka, it's not a coincidence that we scored these own goals. We're putting it in an area that is so dangerous that they basically should be goals. the way that they're coming from.
Is that sustainable? Is that convincing enough to we beating these sides with own goals and penalties and set piece again, Olele?
The amount of chances we created today, we should have scored two or three in that first half. So to me, it's not about a matter of sustainability. It's a matter of, are we doing enough to win these games? And I think we have been. I think the fact of the matter that we're getting these own goals is a testament to how much pressure we're putting on the other team. So it's not a thing of luck. It's not like they've decided to take the ball from the halfway line and score on their own net. So in my opinion, if you put the ball in a dangerous area, you're going to cause problems. And it's not a thing about unsustainability anymore, Dan. We've been doing it for too long for us to say it's unsustainable. What I think is unsustainable is the amount of pressure we're putting on our defense lately. And we need to relieve that pressure by scoring more goals.
Okay, well, look, in 3 days' time, we've got Villa, so let's close it on this. They're a good side. We've already lost to them a few weeks ago. We don't know what they're going to do tonight against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, but they're a side that a lot of people are saying is going to be difficult to beat them. Are you confident?
Hey, Aston Villa, Unai Emery, we're coming for you. We're going to come and win that game. We're going to continue to keep this ball rolling. I don't like John McGinn. I don't like none of those guys over there at Aston Villa. I hope we crush them on Tuesday. And I'm telling you right now, Dan, this is just one step closer. Every game by game, we're gonna start doing a countdown soon. Because the moment we start
countdown for what?
The moment we start seeing other teams around us slip and we just keep doing our job, we're gonna be counting down to how many games left in the season before we win the Premier League title. So yeah, Aston Villa, you're just part of the story. You beat us once, now we're coming for revenge. Simple.
I love the optimism. Listen, people, do me a favour. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.